I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all messages that are released on this channel are my truth. That is exactly what it is, what it always will be, and that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences I've gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. And I'm going to try to convince you that my truth is the gospel. However, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that. I want to follow that. And that's cool. If not, that's cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So today, I wanted to talk about the spiritual draft. Now, the spiritual draft, we have actually all been entered into the spiritual draft. And it's up to you which side you're going to go to. Now, this particular spiritual draft, we're going to talk about John's situation here. So, John was entered into the spiritual draft, right? So, John has lived a great life so far. You know, just a normal, average life, but he helps people, has a good heart, just shines bright, right? Really good person, right? So, with any draft, you know, look at your favorite sports team, you know, it doesn't matter, basketball, football, soccer, whatever the case may be. When a team wants you, they come to you. Why? Because they see your value and they want you to represent their organization, right? So this is no different. So you have for this particular draft, you have a light side and you have a dark side. Now, John was, you know, approached by both sides, and he had appointments to see both campuses. So his first appointment was with the dark side, right? So he calls up and say, hey, you know, I'm supposed to come visit the campus tomorrow, and I just wanted to know the procedures or whatever the case may be. I don't know where you guys are located, and I just wanted to find out what I needed to do. So person on the phone was like, hey, okay, yeah, I got you. I see your schedule right here. So tomorrow we're going to send a limo for you, and they're going to pick you up, bring you to the campus, and let you see what we got to offer, and we'll go from there. And John's like, dang, oh, okay, cool. I ain't never been in a limo. This is going to be cool, right? So John was excited, you know, went to bed, ironed his clothes up the night before, wanted to look all nice, and just, you know, he was ready. So sure enough, he hear a horn honk, and he look out the window, and it's a limo. Not only is it a limo, but it's three girls sitting there hanging out the sunroof of the limo, waving John to come on down. Like, hey, man, come on, let's go. So John's really excited now. So not only does he get to ride in a limo, he got a limo with three girls in it. So John goes down, and of course John's happy because he got three women in there. So now they're just having fun in the back, drinking, talking, having a good old time. Get to the campus. The women give them a tour of the campus. They're showing them a good old time. Telling John, hey, if you sign with us, hey, we're going to get you a nice house. We're going to get you a nice car. You're going to have money. Your pockets are going to be filled up. You're going to have all the women you want, everything. And John's like, man, this sounds amazing, right? They say, yeah, so we're going to give you a little feel for it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, just go ahead and we'll let you go ahead and give you the rest of the day. You can stay here on the campus tonight, and we'll take you back in the morning. So John stays on the campus, of course. You know, the women stay in his room, so he has a great night. So next day, John wakes up, boom, they take him back. And then later on that day, he goes home and he calls the light campus, because that's where he's supposed to go tour the next day. And so he does the same thing he did with the dark. He calls them up, say, hey, you know, I got an appointment with you guys tomorrow. I'm supposed to come tour, and I don't know where you're located. And so the person on the phone speaks with John and find out where he lives and this, that, and the other, and tells them, oh, okay, all right, we're not that far from you at all. We're about 3 miles down the road. If you go, he gives them directions, and he say, you can't miss us. And John's like, okay, I don't have a car. So you guys, he's like, oh, okay, well, it's only 3 miles. You can walk. And John's like, well, I can walk, man. He's like, so John's like offended. He's like, man, what's going on? You trying to get me and you want me to walk to you? John, he didn't understand us, right? John's like, all right, man, whatever. So he got the thing. He's like, all right, I'm going to check it out. So next day comes, John get on this little walk. Now he's about a mile into his walk, right? And lo and behold, this banging car pulls up next to him. Nice young lady sitting in the front seat. And it's the guy that's been helping him with the dark side. And he said, hey, man, where are you going? And he said, I'm about to go check out the Light Campus, and see what they got to offer, and then make my choice after that. He's like, man, you ain't got to go do that. He's like, they got you walking? He's like, I sent you to be picked up in a limo. I'm not going to have you walking. He's like, hey, what do you think about this car? And he's like, man, he's actually that's my dream car. He's like, I always wanted that car. He's like, I know. He's like, that's why it's yours. He's like, all you got to do, come with me now, hop in the back seat. We go sign the papers. The house is yours. The car is yours. The girls are yours. The money is yours. Everything you want. It's like, we just go do it right now, John thought about it for a second, like, dang, it's a good deal, man. He's like, everything I want, I can get right now. And John's like, man, you know what? I'm going to wait. So, all right. So he keeps on going. He finally makes it to the campus. And he's greeted as soon as he gets there. He didn't get the glitz and the glamour. Of course, he didn't get the limousine ride. There's no women there to greet him. But he enjoys the tour. The guy's sitting there. He has a great feeling with the guy. The guy is answering his questions. And he's overall peaceful, right? So John was just wondering, he's like, it's so much glitz and glamour on the other side and this, that, and the other, and I can have a lot more fun and this, that, and the other. He's like, this white campus, this light seems cool, but it's going to take a little bit of work, it seemed like. And it just kept bothering him, like, why? He's like, dang, did they not think I'm valuable enough for it? So John, he had to ask. He's like, I have to ask. He said, so do you guys not see my value? He's like, I toured with the dark campus yesterday. And they sent the limo for me, had a good old time, they promising me this and that and all these different things that I can have right now. And from what you telling me is I'm going to have to do a little bit of work and then I can get those same things later on. So he's like, I don't understand why, what is the point for me to sign up here when I can get everything I want if I just sign up with the dark side? And he said, well, that's a good question, John. Only you can answer that. He said, before you answer that, let me ask you this. So he asked John, he said, have you ever seen a Ferrari commercial? And John thought about it and he's like, actually, no, I've never seen a Ferrari commercial. And he asked, and he said, do you know why? And John said, no, I don't know why. He said, because Ferrari knows their value. And those people that come to Ferrari to purchase know the value of the Ferrari that they're trying to purchase. So they don't have to do any commercials and show glitz and glamour and have beautiful women hanging off the cars and all this, that, and the other, because they know their value. And they know if a customer comes to Ferrari, they're going to get the value that they deserve. So then he asked John, do you know your value? Do you know what you deserve? Because if you don't, you'll make the wrong choice. But if you do, you'll make the right choice. And he just walks off. And now John had to decide which side he was going to join. Now this is John's story, but I can tell you for sure, all of us are in our own personal spiritual draft. And the dark side is constantly trying to recruit you in different ways. Through bribery, manipulation, threats, all kinds of ways. The difference is the light side does none of that. You have to make the effort to go to the light side because it's a choice. The only question is, which side are you going to choose? I'm going to leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I ask that you hit the like and subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next message.